tried for a week to get her back. He only wanted to marry her to shut her up. He never wanted to marry her in the first place. He still don't want to marry her. Welcome back to My Twisted Life and TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of Put a Ring on It. This is season 2, the season finale, episode 11. Something about diamonds and busting pipes. I remember they made a quote about it. They said in the last episode too. Pressure make diamonds and it also busts pipes. Something like that. Let me tell y'all, I apologize for being late with this recap and review. I meant to have it up yesterday. Things got a little wonky and then I got lazy. That's just the honest truth. And then by the time I realized I was being lazy and I was gonna get up and record videos, it was time for 90 Day Fiance. So I didn't record videos yesterday, so my bad. But this is probably gonna be one of the most opinionated recaps and reviews of a reunion that I've done in a long time. I can't say that I've ever done, but I've done in a long time. Cause I don't know, y'all. This show, this season wasn't as bad for me as I thought it was going to be. The couples were more likable compared to last season. I don't know, something about last season's couples just really got under my skin. The only one that I came away from their liking was Ashley, and Tamika seemed, I was side-eyeing Tamika. I didn't dislike her, but I was side-eyeing her. But the rest of them I couldn't stand. This particular season, not necessarily that I really like these couples. For me, they just seemed almost more relatable. I don't know what it was. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Comment down in the comment section. We like to be interactive around here. Turn on your notification bell so that way you can be notified of every video that I put up. I review TV shows. I give my opinion. I may not be the most popular opinion, but I'm going to give mine. I cuss a lot. I'm just saying. So let's go ahead and get into it. We start this off. I'm going to talk about the fashions first. We got Egypt Sherrod coming out there as our host again this season, rocking her little horn rim glasses. You know what I'm saying? Trying to appear very distinguished and refined. You know what I'm saying? She looked cute in her little jumpsuit number. Yeah, that's all I really got to say about her. LaRonda, her gown, it was a bit banquet formal. It's not saying I didn't like it. It was just a bit banquet formal. I really do like a sequins dress that has the smaller size sequins on it compared to the bigger ones that you could really tell the difference. I like that little tiny detail. So I approve. I hated her hair. I hated her lip. Okay. Speaking of lip, I'm rocking my Nebula from my line today. It's just a gloss, but I have pigmented glosses. SurviveBeauty.com, www. Go ahead over there and get you some. So I ain't got to keep spelling this shit out. You know, SurviveBeauty.com. So I didn't like her lip. And it looked like her and Jessica was wearing the same lip color, but it just looked more radiant on Jessica for some reason to me. It just didn't look right on LaRonda. When I look at it more deeply, it looked like she outlined it with black lip liner. Remember we used to do that back in the day? Why is my chair sinking? Y'all see I'm getting lower and lower? What the hell is that? The hell? Hold on, y'all. I thought I'd be in here tripping. Like, lock that motherfucker in. Lock in. I was like, why am I all of a sudden shrinking? I just saw my head get down to the bottom of the screen. Am I shrinking again? Negropolitan ice cream. I am shrinking again. My chair broke. Wait a fucking minute. It's locked in. Why is my chair? How long? I gotta, you know. Oh, child. So this is what I get for talking about people. This is what I get for talking about people. Oh, LaRonda. Her lip color looked like she had outlined it with black lip liner. We used to do that back in the day. We put some black lip liner on and we throw some Vaseline on there. But she threw the lip liner on and threw that red lip over it, and it just wasn't working for me. Because one, I guess because it wasn't as blended as it could have been. So yeah, nah, I didn't like that. It was almost like she was trying to tone the red down too for herself. She was like, maybe that's a little too bold. Let me add some darkness to it, and it didn't work. It didn't work, girl. Okay, anywho. Her eye, I love her eye. You know, her eyeshadow, that was cute. I wanted her hair to be doing something different. Like, she could have rocked a top bun today for me. It would have really complimented that dress, accentuated her shoulders, you know, gave her a little neckline. But the way that her hair was kind of like, no, covered it all up. It was like her hair was going to the club and her dress was going to the ball. That's what it looked like to me. Sean, however, to me, looked like a hot damn mess. He already a little dude. He already small in stature, right? He had his tux on, and the cummerbund swallowed his whole midsection up. It was like he had waist and shoulders. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? No chest in between. Get the cummerbund set all the way up her. Like, bro, no. That cummerbund was too wide in width for you, and when you sat down, it came up here, which made you shrink in stature. Y'all know how I feel about dudes wearing socks or no socks with loafers on. I can't stand that look with your funky, sweaty ass feet down there in Atlanta. And then the pants were flooding. I guess that's a trend for you. Y'all bringing floods back out. Y'all get some skinny type or stovepipe type of pants, and y'all flood them mugs. And then show y'all ankles like y'all ankles cute. I hate that look. I hate that look. And somebody fucked up his lining. I don't know if he did it himself, but you know, he always had like a little shaved offness right here, but you could tell they went too far, so he got it kind of up higher than it normally is. What I'm saying, it made it look like they was about to do a mohawk, but then he changed his mind in the middle of it and said fuck it, and then he just walked out like that. His hairline seemed to be a little bit further pushed back than what it had normally been as well. Yeah, somebody fucked your hairline up, dog. Somebody fucked it up. Alexia. At first I was like, the shoulder pads on her dress make her look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I kept saying, stop fucking slouching over, girl. Stop slouching over. She sitting up there, she had like a bob wig on, and the way that she sat and her bob wig connected with her shoulders, it also again made it look like she didn't have no fucking neck. I was like, what the hell? It's like, stop slouching. I love the cut of her dress. I love the champagne and beige beading that was on it. However, because of how she was sitting, it again made it look like she had big ass shoulder padding that she didn't have, and it made the dress look more like a cape than a dress. Like, you could tell though she was there for confrontation. You could tell she was uneasy because it was all in her body language. She sat on the edge of her seat. She kept rocking, but she stayed slumped over. You know, her face was beat. I liked the way whoever did her makeup. I liked her makeup. I don't know. The wig seemed too matronly. It made her look older than she is. Darian, he looked like he was out for a stroll on the beach. That's basically the way I could. It was real casual. Again, I hate floods. I hate dudes wearing loafers without socks. But actually, I truly didn't have too much of an issue with his wardrobe. The soft coral pink worked for him. His floral shirt, that was fine for me too. The floral wasn't too out there pattern. It was real subtle. I did not dislike Darian's appearance. So yeah, I didn't have much issue with his styling. The main thing that really bothers me about Darian, other than his whole being, is moisture. He don't put no moisture around her, and it's all crusty and dried up in the corners. He always do this a lot. So if he had moisture, he wiping the moisture away. You know what I'm saying? Now, Eric, on the other hand, what in the entire fuck was that ensemble? Eric is that old unk that's gonna be at the family reunion with the silk matching, short set on and the Huarache sandals and stuff at the grill. He think he killing the game. You know what I'm saying? And he look a hot damn mess, like all the time. Like, bruh, you ain't gotta wear every shade of a color at the same damn time. This motherfucker got on lilac, he got on lavender, he got on cobalt. He going through the spectrum of blues. Purple is a spectrum of blue because it's made with red and blue together. You know what I'm saying? He got on all these colors at the same damn time. And then whatever that pattern was it paisley? Was that a paisley print that he was wearing this time on that jacket? Hit the fucking us. What is wrong with... And I bet he spent a lot of damn money on that bullshit too. I bet he spent a lot of doggone money on that. Come on, bruh. Jessica, you own a fashion line. You can't get your dude on and tell him, baby, that don't look good on you. He always got an opinion on what you earn. Tell him. And do you think that look good too? You was proud of that moment? And then, like, I was thinking maybe I was going to coordinate, because she had on like I liked her dress. I did like her dress. I like the fact that her boobs wasn't as out, because she can be, tend to flaunt them as much, but I did like her dress. But the color of her shoe I thought should have matched or should have went with what Eric had on. But baby, that's a hard color. That's a hard color ensemble to get with, right? She had on her I Dream Magini extended ponytail. I'm still craving more from her hairstyling as well. She has a face shape that could rock many looks, short looks, long looks, you know what I'm saying? She has it, but she either rocks the full poodle like I'm kind of doing today. Actually, her poodles have more curls. Or she have the slick back with the baby hairs, which is basically what she got. She just added extended ponytail. Yeah, I told you how I feel about the fucking baby hairs on her. Anyway, her dress was nothing short of what she pretty much had worn all season. I love the color. I like the cut. I thought it was cute. Dr. Nicole had all the bundles. She had all the bundles in last season too. She had all the bundles. I mean, all of them. I could see the pack that I had tucked away in the back of my doggone closet in her head. You know what I'm saying? She was like, fuck, Poetry ain't wearing weed. She ain't worn it in about 20 years. Let me go and get that bundle up off of you. Pow! She stuck that mug back there in that ponytail. She always rocks hot pink. No, Dr. Nicole always looks good in hot pink or fuchsia, whatever your TV basically picks up. I thought she looked cute. The reunion itself was lackluster for the most part for me, because it was mainly focused on Darian and Alexia. That's the only thing people was really leading up to or wanting to see. But Egypt started off asking them how did they feel about the process, and I was like, let me just jump right on Alexia's bullshit, because she said if we did not go through this process, we would have been engaged right now, and I would not have known anything. First of all, sis, you would have not been engaged. If you did not go through this process, Darian wouldn't have not proposed to you. He had never intended on proposing. Now, I know I said in the last video that all of them was going to propose. Every last one of them was. But they were going to do it for the purpose of this show. If y'all had not went through the process on this show, Darian was never, ever, ever, ever going to propose to you. He wasn't. And you wouldn't have known. What would you have not known? If he hadn't been on this show, there would not have been no kind, or there wouldn't have been anything to know for you to know in that aspect. But everything else that you felt, that you suspected, girl, you chose to not look at. You chose to disregard. You knew. You felt it in your gut a long time ago. I guess you just needed physical proof. You the one type of people that need to touch the water or touch the stove to know that it's hot. You see the pot boiling and you got to stick your hand in there to know that it's hot. You see the oven is all orange and there's heat coming about that motherfucker, but you got to climb inside that bitch to know that it's hot. That's you. You don't need to actually have, you trust yourself. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, like I said, you just sitting here hoping that it wasn't true. That's what that is. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? You were in that relationship forever. And you letting him know you wasn't going to ever go nowhere. But if it wasn't for the cameras and you embarrassing me on live TV, you know what I'm saying, having Kai air it out, you would have stayed there with him. You would have stayed there with him. Anywho, Sean and LaRonda. She has learned that she is super enabling. And Egypt said, that's what love is. That's what you're supposed to do. No, honey. No, Egypt. No, that's not what you're supposed to do. She was enabling in a manipulative behavior that Sean exhibited. That's what she was enabling, right? She called it right the first time. That's not what love is. That's not what love does, Egypt. No, that's not love, sweetheart. So they brought out their past dates. They brought out Derek and Sir James for LaRonda, and they brought out Brittany for Sean. This was an interesting decision. Why didn't they have more of Sean's dates? I was confused because Sean went out with each of them equally. Maybe it was the Florida thing, you know, the Florida trip that prompted them to just bring Brittany only, or the other two girls was like, fuck that, I don't care about that dude, you know, something like that, right? So anywho, Sir James, he came out throwing shade. He said, you know, he's so used to dating women that had children that when he first walked up to LaRonda's house and Sean opened the door, he thought that was one of her kids. And his first thought was, damn, I can't never meet a woman that ain't got no kids. And Egypt, like, you thought this grown ass man right here was her son. He's like, yeah, that's what it looked like to me. You wrong as fuck, Sir James. Hey, you wrong as fuck. He's a mini me. He's a mini me. He's a push down. Like I said, he don't like no damn kid. Maybe a grown ass dwarf, but he don't like no kid. So Sean tries to throw shots back at him and like, dude, come on, you 40 years old still playing flag football? I know many 40-year-olds that play flag football. Like, he said, yeah, and professional. Still, I still can. You know. He basically was telling him, I'll toss your little ass around if I need to. I'm saying, I don't understand where the animosity was coming from, Sir James, though. Why did you feel the need to take a dig at him? I didn't understand that. What they should have done is let LaRonda tell him why she didn't want to go out with him anymore. She felt that she didn't have any substance in their conversation. She felt like she was the one that was always leading the conversation. So your beef should have been with LaRonda, but that ain't, you know, how they let that play out, right? So, Sean and Brittany, actually, you know, with this whole little grouping, they all just said the nicest shit to each other. Same thing with Eric and Jessica. Everybody just said, oh, they was the nicest person. They was the, you know, hope somebody find love. They was trying to, you know, that was so, they didn't get to the honesty of it all. They really didn't dive deep into Sean's throwing up, even though they joked about it. But there's something mentally that was wrong there that needed to be addressed that they did not address about Sean and all them antics. There was a lot that they left out on the table. His trust and his inability to cheat. And from what Brittany said, him offering to take Brittany to Florida, he made it seem like Brittany said, well, you can ride down to Florida with me. He was like, no, he offered. All that needs to really have been addressed. Like, LaRonda looked over like, you offered, but then they never touch on it. Why not? Why not give us the juice? You know what I'm saying? And then there was a comment that Sean said, you know, overall the show was good for him, with the exception of him almost ending up in the hospital. And then Egypt was like, well, there's some things that we shouldn't discuss if it wasn't shown on TV. What was it? Anybody got the tea? I need to know now that y'all done said it. Why was Sean almost in the hospital? Did he actually make the attempt on his life? That's what I'm thinking happened. Because remember I said that was happening? He seemed like he was a type of person that would threaten to take his life because her going out with somebody else. That's that manipulation that I was seeing. Why he almost ended up in the hospital and why Egypt didn't want him to talk about it. Because she seemed like, oh, don't mention that. We didn't show it on TV, so nobody had to know. You shouldn't have to bring that up. And he's like, oh, okay. Somebody got the tea. Somebody got the tea. I need him to tap in. I need to tap in. And I needed the show to tap into these outbursts and why they didn't move forward with others, but they didn't allow that to happen. Anyway, Jessica and Eric. This is going to be the last time I talk about Jessica's orange makeup. Well, actually, it wasn't orange today. It was more yellow toned. And then they brought out Leilani, who was just as patchy and orange as Jessica was. Like, who the fuck is doing their makeup? Leilani looked hoary fucking bold. Like, oh, why y'all? Anywho, she said Eric was on the up and up. Never asked for my number. Never did anything to disrespect Jessica. Girl, a lie don't care who tell it. A lie don't care who tell it. You know what I'm saying? Jessica is like, from what I watched, there was much disrespect. Okay? Anywho, Eric learned that his temptation is real. And Jessica learned that she could use her brain and not just her body to communicate. That's pretty much all we got out of the whole thing. And then them bigging up the other person, saying how good they are. Next up, Alexia silly ass and Darian. Anyway, his trifling ass. First of all, let me start off saying I am not Team Alexia. I am not Team Kai. I am not Team Dorian Black, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm not none of them. Alexia, like I said, she's ready for drama. She's sitting on the edge of the couch. She fidgeted. She still, in her demented ass mind, think they would have been engaged right now. And I'm sitting here listening to Darian through this whole conversation. I'm like, you ain't hearing the words that are coming out of his mouth. You're not hearing the words that are coming out of his mouth right now. I don't care that he played you. I mean, that's part of the show. He played the fuck out of you. He played the fuck out of Kai. But you ain't listening. And that's how you played yourself, Mom. Like, hey, Darian needed an out. That's all that was. Kai was his out. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't sure if he wanted to let you go completely, though, which is why he still wanted to give you space but still be in your life. Because he was, like he said, complacent. He was comfortable with you. He knew how you were going to react, what I'm saying. But the fact that he only came back to you a week after the breakup to try to get you back, the woman he was going to marry, only a week, and then he moved on with Kai, shows everyone out here except for Alexia, dumbass, that motherfucker didn't want to be with you for real, girl. And he said it. He said it. He was only going to marry you because that's what you wanted. He never wanted to be married. It was never in his dream. He only was doing it just to keep you happy. But since it didn't, since he never got that proposal off, he like, fuck it, oh well. That's not somebody that want to be with you, ma. He gave it a full 7 days, including the weekends. That ain't somebody that want to be with you. I've been separated from this fool that I've been dealing with for 7 motherfucking years, and he's still calling, still trying to be with me. And he wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? And he gave you 7 days. And you sitting here acting like he's still doing it. I believe him when he said that he ain't still reaching out to you. I believe him. I don't know why, but I believe him. It's just my gut feeling. I gotta trust my own gut. Anyway, they drilled him on not telling her the truth. But like he said, like I said, he didn't see marriage for them, so he don't know what the fuck she talking about. Didn't know there was an engaged. We would have been engaged. No, we wouldn't, because he didn't even see that they was gonna be married. He was catering to her needs, but he felt like his needs still wasn't being met, right? And she was like, what needs? What needs wasn't being met? There was no marriage coming for you, Alexia, if it wasn't for this show. There was no marriage coming. There was no marriage coming for you, period, I don't think. I think for the purpose of the show, he probably would have got proposed to you on the show just to save face, but y'all wouldn't ever get married. Not ever get married. All y'all hoes looking for anyway is the proposal. I don't know why the proposal is so important. Y'all get the proposal and then y'all, whoo, he proposed, I was engaged now. What does that mean? What does that change? Nothing. Okay, anyway. They said he called production trying to propose, but she wasn't acting right. So he's like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? The proposal was for this show. It wasn't genuine at all. I don't even understand why she arguing about what he said. If you done, be done. I understand you hurt. But again, you ain't listening to what he's saying. You only taking in what you want to take in. Her biggest issue is that he said it only happened one time. And it happened multiple times. Darren said it happened multiple times in the same day. I don't believe that either, but that's his defense. It did happen multiple times, just multiple times in the same day. They took the whole day banging it out. She went home, came back, and banged out again. You know, because she had to take her kids for a little bit. But I don't believe it was happening one day. And then they also said that initially doing the show that it happened after the 4th date. Now they're saying it happened the 3rd date. I think they probably hit it on that 1st day because of how comfortable she was. The date after she asked him could she kiss him or something like that, they smashed that day. Better believe that. Okay. Anyway, like I say, Darren said he tried for a week to get her back. He only wanted to marry her to shut her up. He never wanted to marry her in the first place. He still don't want to marry her. He was just going to do it because that's what she wanted to do. I was like, if that don't make you feel unappreciated, Ma, come on, right? He was doing a pity proposal. Alexia. I had to talk bad about her. I hadn't really talked bad about her. But Alexia, you dumb as fuck. You know, and you choose to be dumb for the last 14 years. Like I said, I was in a situation where I was with somebody for a long damn time that they wasn't right for me, and you know, all this, that, and the third shit. He was seeing other people with all this, that, and the third too. But I was honest enough with my goddamn self to know that I was being stupid on purpose. I was choosing to ignore the red flags. This motherfucker's still in denial. This motherfucker's still placing blame and deflecting over to Kai. You allowed him to be that person for you for 14 years. And you still sit here and calling him your best friend. With friends like that, you don't need enemies, oh. You still sitting here telling us that you in love with him. He ain't changed. He the same person he was when you met him. The same person. The same man you fell in love with. You fell in love with all these characteristics. His narcissist ass, as you call him. You loved that about him. You knew this was him from the giddy up. Still love this man. I don't know why. I just don't feel shit for her. I don't feel sympathy. That's why I say I'm not Team Alexia. I don't feel sympathy for her. I don't. You didn't get played since you played yourself. The same thing happened in my situation. I played myself. Okay, sometimes we just got to be honest with ourselves, and you ain't being honest with yourself. When you start being honest with yourself, then you will start freeing and being healed. Because okay, sometimes we just got to do that. Like I said, I told y'all I knew I was being boo-boo fool. I can admit that shit. And I knew that throughout this whole reunion, that's all she was gonna do was keep deflecting over to Kyle, who is also a dumbass too. Okay, I'm not short on throwing out my dumbasses. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Kai's a dumbass as well. But there was some things that came out that Alexia was talking over that I hope y'all caught too. Okay. Total ass bird Darren. This whole trifecta is dumb. And between Kai and Darian, it's some white powder, some sugar booger, some booger sugar going on up in here. I'm saying it's something going on with them. Kai said he was very attractive. Bitch, why? Where? All that fidgeting that she do, the rubbing her nose, all that he do, and they snorting some shit. They putting something up in them joints. I'm telling you, somebody on something. She keep pulling down her sinus cavity. They both face twitching. Kai said that she was there to date and find love, and that's what she thinks she did. Darren told her that he was done with Alexia. But he told Alexia don't trip off of Kai, you know what I'm saying? So you know that Darren has been the one that's been lying back and forth, okay? But basically what Darren did, he told Kai that they was over. So in Kai's mind, she didn't believe this shit, I don't believe. But in Kai's mind, that's how she's justified it. He told me y'all was done. even though he went back home to her every night. I guess because she was at the condo on a regular basis, because it was more than one time. That's why she finally felt that he wasn't lying, but she wasn't sure. But he was supposedly done with her, and now he only on the show just for the purpose of the show. So that's why she felt it was okay for her to move forward and sleep with him after the third date. Kai said that Darian told her that it was over between him and Alexia. And when she said that, he shook his head, yes. Facts. That's what he said. He said facts. So playing devil's advocate, which I kind of hate to do because I think they all stupid, in her mind, he was single and available and willing to be with her. Technically, Kai did the assignment. Because from what we learned from Whitney last season, when they are asked to be on the show, they are told that they are dating people who is on the brink of breaking up. They're not told that they're dating people who are trying to fix their relationship. They're told they're dating people who are having problems in their relationship. So Kai did the assignment. She came there to build a connection with this person and hopefully find her bond. That's what she did. She said she wasn't aware of him proposing to her, giving her a ring. I love how he just broke it down to us. He said, now hearing all this, you do realize that she was the fallback chick, right? Because at first she didn't believe that she was a fallback. And Darian was like, well, yeah, it was on camera, so yeah, it happened. But as of this moment, he and Kai is still together. Alexia's like, I know he still want this. He was begging for me to come back. Darian said, I did it for a week and I moved on. 1 week, you know what I'm saying? What I noticed about all of this is he is fighting for Kai. Okay? That's who he care about. He care about hurting her. And I pointed out before how he spoke to Kai in comparison how he speaks to Alexia. He been over Alexia, y'all. Like I said, he was just used to her and comfortable with her. Now, I know Egypt was trying to squelch the fire between Alexia and Kai. But girl, Kai is mad at Alexia is mad at Kai. She is. She's more mad than the 2% that she said she was. And based on her Instagrams that she has sent over to Kai and all the live streams that she did, Alexia did talk mad shit about her. Kai got a right to be mad. She got a right to be upset. She do. She was calling her thirsty, calling out her name. Hell, I was too, right? So I can understand if she upset and mad with me as well. But I understand Egypt wants them both to direct their anger at the right person, which is Darian, right? And I honestly think that Kai heard Egypt when she spoke. Because they're not together now, according to them. But I think Alexia still wants to blame Kai. Just watch it in her Instagrams. She's like, she only out here airing it out now, or she only aired it out because of her guilt. She didn't air it out because of her guilt. She aired it out because she was embarrassed, and she was like, this fool ain't gonna play me like that. That's what she aired it out for. It has not shit to do with you, Alexia. But then, he came back to her, so she felt special. But like Egypt said, you do realize y'all wouldn't be together if she had said yes. Okay. Anywho, final thoughts to them. Dr. Nicole says, love your damn self so you can see your own value and you'll realize your worth in your next relationship. To Eric and Jessica, there's no date. They moved to Orlando, which is the city I live in now, so which means I might see their motherfucking ass in those corny ass outfits Eric be running around town. You know what I'm saying? Oof. Maybe I can help her with her foundation. I don't know. Shauna and LaRonda, they still working on themselves. I don't think either of them are getting married. I don't think either of them are getting married. Y'all leave y'all thoughts down in the comment section. I appreciate y'all being here this season. I don't know. Maybe if they do it again, I'll be back. But I am looking forward to Ready to Love. That's coming up this week. Next week on 15th. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Talk to you again soon. Peace.